Ahoy there, guys. Today we are on the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. We're going to be cruising through the Caribbean for the next 5 days, and I'm so...
All right. We're about to load up the video. So this is Anna, GlitterandLazers O'Brien. She's not Foodie Beauty, but she's just as cringe in a lot of ways because she has a much bigger audience and she claims to be much more sophisticated. She claims to be much better liked. She claims to be much more social, claims to be much more, she claims to be somebody who loves to work out. She claims to have lost 100 pounds. Foodie now is joining her on the fake weight loss thing. But anyways, let's see it. And I do believe people have a right to have fun. I'm not saying you can't have fun, but she just comes across as very very abrasive. Like she treats the whole world like everybody else is a prop and she's the star. That's how it feels. Like she treats everybody and everything around her like a prop in her show. Like she never talks to anybody else. She just likes, you'll see what I mean.
We're going to be cruising, guys. Today we are on the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. We're going to be cruising through the Caribbean for the next 5 days, and I'm so excited to take you guys with me. Let's go!
And I want to point something out, by the way. Wear what you want, people. God bless you. Wear what you want. But there's no reason why you have to strip down and be as revealing as you possibly can at all times. Throughout this movie or this video, you're going to see a theme, and that's that Anna, GlitterandLazers here, is always going to be the person with the least clothes on. In every shot, she is going to be the most nakedest. Is that a word? Nakedest? She's going to be the least clothed person in basically every single shot. Now, I'm all for being positive with your body and respecting yourself, but whatever happened to just a little bit of modesty? Because whether Anna looks good or bad, I think that walking around half naked all the time doesn't look good on really just about anybody. So that's a nice one to get out of the way. And we're constantly treated to shots of her like this that are hypnotizing us. That's hypnotizing. Music is way too loud. Sorry, folks. Music's way too loud. Anna in all of her glory, looking like a potato that's been sitting out for too many days.
I'm here at the airport, and I'm headed out on a week-long adventure with Virgin Voyages to the Caribbean. Let's go,
Y'all, it was right now that I realized that I have booked a cruise to Mexico on Cinco de Mayo. So,
all right, book the trip to Mexico on Cinco de Mayo. Is that a bad thing? I mean, if you're gonna hold on a second. Here's what I'm saying. If you're going on a holiday and you're driving there, that's not good. If you gotta, get a hotel room in a place that's crowded on a holiday, that's not good. However, if you're part of an all-inclusive trip and it's a holiday, isn't that kind of the best way to go? When you don't need to worry about parking, you don't need to worry about finding a place. You don't need to worry about where are you going to go. You don't need to worry about finding an event. It's all taken care of for you, this whole itinerary and everything. So I think it's really cool. I like the idea of it, at least. Okay. Not watched one. Okay. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, Breeze Freeze. Hopefully this will be a good one. So let's let it keep playing a little more. Now I'm caught up on chat just a little.
because I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be consuming sausage roll. It's like a little flute. It's just a sausage and a tortilla. This man hyped it as like an authentic Austin cuisine. Meanwhile, I've lived here forever and never heard of this thing. But I mean, it'll do. I just needed some protein for breakfast.
She just needed some protein for breakfast, y'all.
pick up our boat.
She just needed some protein for breakfast. Let's hear that again. She's eating a sausage roll with a Mountain Dew. I think it's a diet Mountain Dew, to be fair. A diet Mountain Dew with a sausage roll, because why?
Authentic Austin cuisine. Meanwhile, I've lived here forever and never heard of this thing. But I mean, it'll do. I just needed some protein for breakfast.
Just needed some protein for breakfast. Just so you know, a sausage roll is probably like 10%, like 20% protein, if that. Like a tortilla is basic. There's probably more protein in a glass of milk. Like realistically, I know we got people in here who are always watching what they eat. How much protein does anybody really think is in that sausage roll? 7 grams, 10 grams? It's probably 400 calories. 400 calories, maybe 10 grams of protein. Because sausage is basically all fat, salt. So yeah, if you need protein, Anna, here's a hint: drink a glass of skim milk. If you're lactose, you're not lactose intolerant. Why am I even saying that? This is for Anna. Drink a glass of skim milk if you really need protein that badly.
Little flight to Miami when we'll pick up our boats and set sail. That sounded cheesy. Like, I'm cheesy, so it works.
She's doing her best, Nutty. I think so too, Elisa.
We made it.
It's almost like her body moves more than the water does. Like the water looks like it's stiff in comparison.
To Miami. I'll be honest, this airport, because the ceilings are really low. Like for an airport, the ceilings in the Miami airport feel A, low, and B, like.
Hey, I never said being healthy was fun. I mean, I will say you don't have to have a glass of skim milk, but I'm just saying if her logic was, well, I needed my protein. If you really just need protein that badly, then just have a skim milk. If you're having something for fun, then admit it. But don't be like Glitter. You know, I'm not saying anybody here is, but Glitter and Lasers, the way she's like, oh, I need my protein. I need my yeah, right. You need your protein. You want to eat a sausage roll. Admit it.
1990s office. I find it hilarious that I've been to Miami Airport like a bajillion times, and it doesn't matter. I still don't know where my luggage goes.
Well, I mean, if somebody can do that in moderation, yes. The only thing is somebody like Glitter and Lasers, I think that if she had that for breakfast, that she would overeat that. I don't think she would just have a small plate. But if somebody's capable of having a healthy portion, sure, absolutely. Especially if somebody has a full day of activities planned and they need the calories, absolutely.
I'm still gonna wander around this airport for a minimum of 20 minutes before I find my bags.
Let me make it a little bit louder so we can hear.
You know, consistency at least.
Did you see the look that guy with I just look this person gave?
Consistency at least.
Wow.
I just realized in getting in this Uber that I left my CPAP on the plane, which means two things. A, I am without a very expensive piece of medical equipment, and I am super mad at myself for leaving it because
she left her CPAP on the plane. That is, first of all, I could actually sympathize with that. That's got to be annoying. But wow, like that is, talk about some bad luck. How are you going to enjoy yourself if you can't even sleep?
It's not something I want to have to replace. And I'm annoyed. I'm just like mad at myself, which is not a great way to start this trip.
Right? Very weird.
And two, it means I'm going to have the world's worst sleep on this trip. So
ding, ding, ding. Patty, thank you so much, because I can't believe I forgot about that. This woman is the queen of protein bars. She is the queen of protein bars. If she doesn't understand that you can have just a protein bar for breakfast, then what the heck is she on? She eats sausage rolls for breakfast, and then she eats protein bars for dessert. Make it make sense.
So, wow, this vacation's going to be a banger.
Right?
You know what? We will endure.
That look.
I will caffeinate religiously, and I will make it through, but I will never, ever, ever forget my CPAP again. If I can find it, if I can get it at the airport. We're in the process of talking to the airline and everything, but just like fingers crossed that on our way home they find it and I can take it home. Because at least that would be like a decent end to the situation.
But it's crazy though. How did she leave her CPAP? Like maybe she left it on. I guess she left it on the plane. So maybe she was using it on the plane to sleep. That's all I can think of, is that she had it in her carry-on luggage, which just seems kind of irresponsible in a sense. Like, I'm not saying that she shouldn't use it on the plane if she needs it, but it just feels like I don't think she was on a long flight, from my understanding. And if it was a short flight, it probably would have made more sense just to be safe and keep it packed.
You know, I had a feeling something was going to go wrong. My intuition is never wrong. And I had this feeling that something's going to go wrong. And I was like, nothing's going wrong. It's all going great. until I realized
all she does is Alizu, not to spoil, but that's basically all she does the entire trip. Anna does not seem, I think the trip is like 6 days. I think she enjoys like one event on 6 days, and even that one is like borderline. You know, Breeze Freeze, I don't want to so I don't want to keep pausing the video either. My apologies. I don't want to diagnose anybody, but I've seen evidence to believe that Glitter and Lasers drinks too much. She's admitted that she drinks too much at times. So that's, I don't have documentation of anything other than that. So I don't want to accuse anybody of anything. So I'll just leave that where it is. But from what I've seen, she does seem to enjoy drinking. Whether it's to the point where it's a problem, who's to say? He acts like she is. That's what I'm saying, Nirvana. She spends what, $2,000 a month on those clothing hauls? $2,500 or more? Sometimes she spends like $3,000 on clothes in a month. But she can't afford a nutritionist. She can't, or she doesn't bother. She doesn't want to do that. She uses excuses for why she can't.
We're here.
That's basically my breakfast,
like
Elisa.
mad early, but apparently we are the last people here. We are in security. So there we go. Now we go on the cruise. This is kind of cool. It like changes. Ooh, the color.
She shops at like some expensive places too. Like I don't know how much she spends on Temu, but she like did like a clothing haul at a place called Anthropology, and I looked up some of the items and they were hundreds of dollars a piece. Like one item was hundreds of dollars. I didn't look up all of them, but it was expensive. It was expensive stuff. And I heard that she returns a lot of it, but yeah, she spends thousands on the cosmetics and the clothes and stuff. She spends so much. Even if she returns most of it, it's still a lot of money being floated.
It was changing, and then of course it stops.
Okay, so far this trip hasn't gone badly. Let's say it like she forgot her CPAP, but hey, you know what? First day on the ship. Let's see how it goes, right? Might go well. I will say this, as much as I make fun of Anna, she walks so much better than Foodie. So much better. Even with her thighs being an issue for her, and she's not able to move as well as she'd like, she just moves with a lot more energy than Foodie does. Now, I think that Anna is in the trouble zone with her weight. I think she needs to get it under control. But I think that she is closer to getting it under control than Foodie is. Unfortunately, I don't think she's willing to make the steps necessary. That's how, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's expensive. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you know, if the like there you go. But you fit in the clothes. That's the difference. I mean, the Anna, she could just buy a burlap sack, and for this, you know, she would get the same effect. She doesn't need to, you know. Oh, I get you. She was paying by like per square inch. That makes sense then. That makes sense. And again, nothing wrong with spending some money on fashion. But in Anna's case, she doesn't really wear any clothes anyway. She's always going around half naked. I mean, she wears clothes to the ship, but that's basically it. Okay, this is the first part here, where look how awkward this moment is. Look at this woman looking at Anna. Now, I'm not a female. I'm not an expert on reading women's body language. But the way that this woman is looking at Anna, and the way that Anna is so pointedly not even looking back at her, just something very awkward about this interaction here. I'm going to slow it down to normal speed because I want people to catch the awkwardness here. And I'm pointing this out because Anna is an influencer. As an influencer, you're supposed to, I mean, I don't want to tell her how to do her job, but I feel like as an influencer, you would want to say hi and get along well with the people who are working for the company you're representing. So look at this woman. She She comes in there. This woman looks at her, says, "Hi, look at you." Her face, when she first sees her, look at her face. I don't see any shade or anything. I look at her, I see this woman with a smile on her face, just waving. Anna is looking at her. Now look how Anna, instead of waving back to her, just turns and ignores her. Now, maybe she said something with her face. To be fair, we couldn't see what she said with her face, so she may have said something. But the way that she didn't even slow down for a second and just kind of walked past her, I don't know. I just felt like she should have stopped and talked to her for a minute.
I really wanted to get this suit shot in this like corner window. This isn't even really open yet, but we're just doing it anyway. And I just want to record John take his shoes off because I'm a monster. So after taking photos in the sauna, yes, I took photos before getting to my room. We are now, I think, nearest to my room, so let's go. Let's go. Oh, what a room. This is my home away from.
All right, the room, I'm going to say this. I've never been on a cruise ship personally, but from my understanding, the rooms are generally not the biggest. But that's because you're supposed to spend most of your time out in the ship anyway, and you just kind of sleep in your room. But of course, Anna seems to do the opposite and spends most of her time in her room. Now, if you don't feel well or something, I guess, but it just feels like for being an influencer, she's not too interested in going to explore and see any of the activities. We're going to see in a minute what she does.
God, how do I get this thing open? How do I? Huh? Oh, there we go. No? Oh, there we go. Oh, got it. I mean,
nothing wrong with being comfy. Nothing wrong with being comfy. I think there's time to be sexy. There's time to be comfy. And if you're lucky, sometimes you can be both. but seriously though, if people want to, show their bodies off, if people want to be comfortable, I'm all for it. I just think that Anna kind of has this weird dichotomy where she wants to walk around half naked, but then she gets upset if anybody doesn't want to look at her half naked body, which is kind of aggressive in a way.
Kind of a cool view for takeoff. Sail the Virgin Way.
Sail the Virgin Way. I'm going to leave that just on its own. I don't need to say anything. Yes, Anna, sail the Virgin Way.
Beautiful view of this parking lot area, which is sexy.
Woohoo! Good for you, Mags. That's you put in the effort, you get the results, right?
That would not work for me.
That bed is in trouble.
Okay, you ready? It's not gonna work.
I mean, spend the money on what's worth it. If you want to get like a nice fancy dress or something, put the money into that. Put the money into what gives you the joy, what gives you the value. If you're just going to wear some leggings around the house or just go into the drugstore or whatever, no point in breaking the bank.
Terrible. Okay, but that's low-key very comfortable. This is my new home. I live here now. Seriously, this is way better than
I think Anna's trying to show us the cruise ship. And to be fair to Anna, the very first day right here, she does show us a little bit of the ship. She shows us this area on the deck, which is okay, good. I like that. But let's see what else we learn.
I could have ever expected. Oh, that's what I needed, man.
Oh, totally.
We were supposed to shoot the sunrise this morning, but I'm just sore, just hurting really bad. So I'm going back to bed. That's what I'm doing. I'll go back.
Okay, so first day in there, Anna says she feels sore, she feels tired, she's going back to bed. Okay, well, is it possible she's maybe hungover? Like, I'm not going to insinuate she's hungover, but I did kind of insinuate she's hungover. But whatever, I'm allowed to insinuate it. I didn't say it for I don't know for certain. I will say though that why not get up and enjoy the day? Okay, fine. Day one, she's sleepy. It happens. Maybe she spent too much time traveling.
I just woke up. I don't feel great. My body is mad at me. My body is very mad at me.
So this is This is supposed to make us feel. Does anybody else feel like going on this cruise ship by watching this so far? Like, is anybody else excited to go on a cruise ship and hang out with people like Anna, who look like they don't, who look like they just want to go back to bed?
But the great thing about being on a boat is I just don't feel the pressure to do anything. I guess this is why people probably like cruise. Pressure to do anything. I guess this is why people probably like cruise.
Now, I talked to somebody who'd been on cruises before, and they said to me, it's true, they don't pressure you to do anything, but they put a daily itinerary under your door telling you what's going on the ship. I wouldn't call that pressure, but shouldn't you feel like interested in doing something?
Because there's just the water, you, and a lot of delicious food. Get it?
I just had like the coolest experience. This woman came up to me and she said, and I'm going to get this wrong, and I probably paraphrase it wrong, but she said something along the lines of,
anybody else notice Anna always has all these, quote, cool experiences of people who she just spoke to? And she has all these experiences, these bad experiences of people shaming her. Notice she never has any of these on camera. Like, and I'm not saying that you have to film all of your interactions, but if you're an influencer and you film everything you do, how come none of these people ever get on camera with you? How come this woman who she's about to share this story about, this woman told her how awesome she is, of course, because anybody who runs into Anna is going to tell her how awesome she is. How come this woman didn't want to say any of this on camera, of course?
Size women, we need to understand that it's not about waiting till you get somewhere to feel fabulous. It's about feeling fabulous wherever you're at. That's the real tea.
That's the real tea. Well, I mean, first of all, I'm not going to say she's wrong, because I mean, I think it's a pretty generic statement. I don't think it's wrong on its face, but I don't think there's anything exclusive to being obese about that. I mean, isn't that just the kind of way of saying, you know, enjoy the journey, not just the destination? Isn't that just the way of rewording that?
It's not about your size. It's about feeling fabulous wherever you are on your journey.
That's what I think too, Elisa. She got down to the bar.
That's the way I live. And that is like the best summation of my viewpoint on.
You know what, Hannibal? It's always there. And I'm not, like I said, I don't like to pick on people. They have a blemish once in a while, but Anna's always got skin problems. Like, I've never seen a video where her skin is even halfway decent. And for all of her money that she spends on clothes and makeup and going out and all this, why not invest in a dermatologist, right? Or some better filters or something. But yeah, it might be a herp. I mean, it's always there.
Fashion and life and expressing myself through dressing.
Maybe.
I'm just loving myself wherever I'm at on the journey. It took one day.
Look at it, Debbie.
One day on a cruise.
Okay, so now Anna's got her bikini on. I don't think she takes it off for the rest of the show. And of course, the bikini doesn't fit very well. It looks like this was made for a different woman, this top here.
I feel totally and completely broken. So I told John.
Why does she feel totally and completely broken after 2 days of laying in bed? Isn't that all she's done since she got here? Why does she feel so broken?
Oh God, my camera's falling. I told them I don't want to film anymore today. So we're not going to.
So she feels broken and she doesn't want to film anymore today. This is day 2. The first 2 days, all she's done is lay in bed and have somebody tell her a story about how awesome it is to be a big girl. If it's so, why do you feel so ill? Like, if you don't seem seasick. Like, what's going on, Anna?
I've learned something about cruises. You start, I'm gonna look beautiful. I'm gonna look great. And then you allow yourself to devolve to your gremlin state.
Like, what is just... I'll tell you, Tammy, I think cruises can be fun. I haven't been on one myself, but I think it might be fun to go. Yeah, her words are getting a bit slurry here, actually, Luzu. You know what? Let me go back. I think her words are a bit slurry here. Let's watch this again.
Start, and you're like, I'm gonna look beautiful. I'm gonna look great. And then...
Yeah! Good catch, Elizu. She's slurring her words here. Very good catch.
I've learned something about cruises.
Yeah, she's stoned.
You start, and you're like, I'm gonna look beautiful. I'm gonna look great. And then you allow yourself to devolve to your gremlin
Look at her eyes.
which is where I am now. I'm literally in my pajamas getting breakfast. And you know what? I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. Little Sammy from
She looked completely zooted there. I don't know if that was hungover or what, but she looked completely zooted in that other picture right there. This is her breakfast. Just some protein, y'all. And I will say this breakfast looks very tasty, but it also looks incredibly caloric. I mean, this looks like a quiche here, this sandwich. And look at these
breakfast.
Look at these open-faced sandwiches here in the container.
You have too much.
And these look tasty. Don't get me wrong. These look tasty. But there's just too much here. This is too much to eat for breakfast because she's going to be eating lunch, dinner, snacks. You have to limit your portions when you're going to be eating out essentially multiple times a day.
This time of day. Too much. It's too much. We just landed.
I didn't want to be as a guy, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but yeah, like it's not looking good up there. It's not looking good. That's enough. You agreed, Nirvana. I forget to mention that, but you are so right. Complexion, water helps your complexion. When I was younger, I used to have issues with my skin. I don't have issues with my skin anymore. What's changed? Well, one, I got older. That helped a little bit. But two, not using a lot of products in my hair, that helped. And number three, drinking a lot of water. Lots of water. Don't use a lot of hair products. That will help keep your skin nice and clear, at least in my experience. But yeah, she was zooted in that picture. Polluted right there. Right? She has like happy drunk mode and then knocked out mode. I don't get it, Susie Q. It's like she doesn't have anything that fits. Here, at least this shirt fits here.
I don't know if I said that right, but we're in Mexico. Viva la Mexico! I said that wrong too. And we are going on an excursion today where we are going to snorkel and hang out at a beach. And there's a trampoline, which I'm very excited about.
All right, she says there's a trampoline. First of all, in my opinion, let me give a word of advice to anybody about trampolines. Here's how you know if you're safe to go on a trampoline. Imagine how high that you're going to jump if you use a trampoline, and then think to yourself, could I jump from that height safely? If a trampoline is going to put me, say, 3 feet in the air, could I jump down 3 feet safely? If the answer is no, don't use the trampoline. That's my advice.
But also feel like I might injure myself. So it's going to be fun, whatever it is. And also definitely an adventure. We are here and John's camera is acting a fool. So we're going to switch over to using GoPro.
You've got, Mags, have you already got the surgery on your knee yet, or are you still waiting to get it? Because if you've already lost the weight and you got the knee surgery, you're running on all cylinders there.
iPhone and 360, which is kind of fun because it forces us to work with tools that we don't usually work with.
Great point.
And become better at them. And you know what?
Welcome in, Freedom D.
I love learning new things.
That's our boat. It is not, in fact, a thick orange boat. It is the catamaran in front of it. Kind of a letdown.
Okay, I don't get this. She says that she thinks this boat is, quote, kind of a letdown. I think this boat looks cooler. Now, let me add, this boat on the right, this orange boat here, to me, this looks more like a research vessel or a transport ferry. This doesn't look like a party boat. You know what I mean? This looks like a transport ferry or something. This catamaran over here, this looks like a party boat. It's got this open deck on the top for people who want to tan or whatever. And then it's got this little enclosed area for people who want to eat and drink.
Kind of a letdown.
And look at this here. Over here, they have what looks like a bar. So they have drinks. They have coolers. They've got groups of people over here. It looks like they have they're serving snacks or something here. They're handing something out. And notice also how most people are dressed here. Anna is dressed appropriately here. There are some people in bikinis, yes, but most of the people are wearing shirts, clothes, and yes, some people are wearing bikinis. You're perfectly fine to wear a bikini if you want to wear one. I'm not saying people can't wear bikinis, but I'm just saying that you don't have to wear one everywhere you go. Now, like I said, Anna here is not wearing her bikini, which is nice. And if you notice, she had a little trouble getting on the thing.
Boat. It is the catamaran in front of it. Kind of a letdown.
This thing is too narrow. This is not comfortable getting on and off of this this thing here.
It's like the big piece of paper.
You know what? I take it back. Of course she has her bikini on. Of course Anna cannot wear something that is modest for even 5 minutes when there's people around. She has to aggressively assault them with her body.
I don't care. I'm in my swimsuit. Everybody else is wearing clothes? No, screw it. We are in the sun. I'm going to get a tan. But with sunscreen. Responsibly.
She reminds me of Foodie, but if Foodie had a bunch more money, like I don't know how Anna allegedly has family money or something, but she's got herself set up as an influencer, and she gets enough views where she's able to be self-sustaining. So maybe a more successful Foodie. I don't know exactly how I describe her, but I think that's a good way to put it. But she's like Foodie. She's like Foodie. Hey, well, that's awesome that you're doing it though. That's that, you're think of how ahead of the game you're going to be by having that weight off during your recovery. It's making it so much better than it otherwise would be, right? I love that. All right, I love that right here. Let's see this. This is my favorite clip from the whole video. Right here. What the heck is that? Boom.
So we are done in Cozumel.
And this is another bikini, because this is not the same bikini she had on the first boat. This is a second bikini.
We are going back to the boat and then back to the bigger boat. I'll tell you, I'm a little embarrassed I couldn't get up on the place.
Ouch.
But, it's just something to try in the future. But my body
alleged, I've heard.
has grown to support me a little bit more. So, you know what? Just another thing to work towards, another goal. Okay, so we're at dinner. And
that is a good point, Sarah Marie. Something I didn't even consider that, but yeah, you do have to be careful. You don't want anything popping out, and we know that there's that's certainly a possibility, at least popping out on the side, right? And to be fair, did you know Anna didn't really have any pictures of her back, but she has back cleavage. Like that's what's going to pop out first in her case. But yeah, just so many great comments.
Women
Thank
come
you,
in
everybody.
all dressed as mermaids, but like. Really,
and Linda Lou,
like we're talking.
I'm sorry to hear that, but thank you for sharing that, because I know people. I don't want to stop people from having fun. Have fun, please, but be safe, because a trampoline can be dangerous. I'm not against using trampolines, but please use them responsibly. If you don't feel safe to jump without a trampoline, don't use a trampoline. A trampoline is like more advanced jumping. Don't think of it as easier to jump. Think of it as more advanced. Like if you're already a good jumper, a trampoline's a lot of fun. But if you can't jump safely without one, don't use one.
Pasties and mesh tops, which is like, do you wear what you want? But they were quite the sight to behold. So the woman next to me goes, I know those women and they're nuts. And she goes, if you want to have a good time, go to their hall on the cruise ship and just look at what's on their doors. So that's what we're doing right now, because I am so curious. I need to know what's on their doors.
Okay, this here, in case anybody missed this part, she mentions that a group of women came down who were dressed like sexy mermaids. Now, when she says sexy mermaids, I want to believe that she means traditionally sexy, but part of me thinks that she just means half naked. Like they weren't actually sexy at all. They looked terrible, but they were just like naked. But then again, maybe they were actually sexy. I don't know. Who knows? But apparently there was a group of sexy mermaids.
Literally headed up to floor 13 to check this out. It is my number one priority.
Yes, apparently on floor 13, there's a group of sexy mermaids staying there, and there's something to be seen. So Anna goes up to see it. And if we learned really much about this cruise ship, not too much, but we're about to learn something important.
Right now. I'm so nosy. He just needs to know. So yeah,
only in moderation.
Swingers on this cruise ship. You know what? They're having fun. It's their choice. Let your freak flag fly.
Yeah, so she says that the mermaid women were in fact swingers. They were in fact a group of swingers. Now, I'm not going to speak on anything like that. People have a right to, as adults, if this is a cruise ship that's 18 and up, where it's adults, then probably 21 and up to be. If it's 21 and up, adults are going to do what adults are going to do. As long as it's not a family environment, then they have a right to do what they want as far as that goes. I would not be getting involved in that, but this, by the way, this still is amazing. This is an amazing still. I got to screenshot this. Actually, I could screenshot it later from still.
I kind of like it for them. I just couldn't do it myself, but you know, if it's their lifestyle, who am I to judge?
Right? They put the swingers on floor 13.
It is 6:30. I am up.
You know, so that's a good question, Nirvana. That is a good question. I think sexy's in the eye of the beholder. I think it really is. Like, is sexy? Let me ask the chat that, because I'm going to be winding it down pretty soon. But before I do, let me ask you folks, sexy. Does sexy to you mean like attractive? Does it mean like very sexually available? Like, I'll tell you folks what I think in a minute, but apparently Anna thinks mermaids are sexy.
I think before anyone else on the ship, because we're going to try to shoot some images before everybody else gets up, so we can.
You know, it's funny. I see how there's, even though I will agree they have a lot of differences, I see the similarities more than I see the differences when I look at them. Yes, there are plenty of differences, but I do see the similarities more.
Not have to have other people in our pictures, and also like just be respectful that some of those people probably don't want their pictures on the internet. So here we go. To give you an idea.
You know what, Mags? That just shows that you're a human being, because everybody wants to look good. Any normal, let me take that back. That shows that you're normal. Any normal person wants to look their best. And when you got your, when you have your body showing, that's when that's when you really, any flaws are going to be showing. So you're going to really, want to look your best. So I totally understand that. When I'm in some swim trunks, I got my guts sucked in a little bit.
Of how early I'm up right now. Let me show you the deck, because there's nobody here but me. It's not even open.
Ooh, Sarah Marie, I didn't even think of that. Thank you. Yeah, maybe you're somebody who's been on cruises. I probably should have got somebody who's been on cruises to come on, but I didn't even think of that. But they do have they have different tiers of shows on these cruises. They have like the free shows that everybody gets in, and then they have the ones that you have to buy tickets to. Anna did not go to a single one of them, as far as I can tell. She did not go to a single event.
So I think I found the best place on the ship.
As long as they're adults, do what they want, right?
The Rockstar Band. These things, I don't know what they are, but they are like literally the most comfortable thing ever. I could sleep here.
Now I like that comment. I do agree with that. I find that very often to be the case. The people who are always talking about sex and how sexy they are often like the least sexy people, in my opinion, at least. And this here, I thought it was kind of funny how Anna was laying down on it, but this thing is actually, from my understanding, I could be wrong, but I've been told that this is actually meant for multiple people. Like, this is meant for like a group of people to be sitting on together. But I could be wrong.
For hours. It's good. Okay, now time.
It could be a mix of things. I think that's a fair statement.
I look so rough. But my breakfast just came. And why did it take till like the last day of the cruise for me to figure out I could just have breakfast delivered?
Oh, I think that's fair.
I'm a special type of gross right now. Oh well. So
I thought that was pretty funny here. And this to me, I thought was like, this here sums up the whole trip. If anybody, if the power goes out now, as long as I get to say this, I'll be content. Anna talks about how the first few days of her trip were kind of not really properly spent. She regrets the beginning of her trip. What does she regret? Does she regret not being dressed the best? Does she regret her skin breaking out? She probably always regrets that. Does she regret her clothes not fitting? I mean, I'm not going to be too snarky, but what does she regret? Does she regret that she was not able to go to any of the shows? Does she regret that she wasn't feeling well? No. She regrets that she did not get breakfast delivered to her room. She regrets leaving her room to go get breakfast. That's right. Her regret is not that she spent too much time in her room. Her regret is that she spent too much time leaving her room when she could have had breakfast. Why did I even bother leaving my room to get breakfast? I could have just stayed here the entire time. That's Anna's one regret, at least as far as I can tell.
I'm a special type of gross right now.
delivered.
Let's rewind that.
Breakfast just. I look so rough. But my breakfast just came. And why did it take till like the last day of the cruise for me to figure out I could just have breakfast delivered? Oh, I'm a special type of gross right now. Oh well.
Sarah Marie with the super like you're I don't know if you're a businesswoman or if you go on a lot of cruises or what, but you've got all the insights tonight. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. This feels like sponsored content, but it does not feel like truly it does not feel like content that she really wants to do. It feels like begrudgingly sponsored content. I think that's a good description. I think sexy can be a lot of things. I think sexy is what sexy to be. I mean, this is like a lame cop-out answer, but sexy is what you find sexy. And I wish I could give like a more definite answer, but it isn't that easy. Some people, they're attracted to a certain shape. Some people are attracted to a certain size. Some people are attracted to a certain attitude. Some people are attracted to a certain culture. Everybody's got their own interest. Some people like somebody who can dance. Some people like somebody who can carry on a deep conversation. Some people, they like people who are athletic. Some people like people who are funny. Everybody's got their own likes. But as far as sexy, I guess sexy is, I don't know. You gotta turn somebody on to be sexy. I guess that's what it is. But I guess what turns somebody on though? Everybody is turned on by something different. So I don't know. That's why I don't have a good answer. I wish I had a better answer than that. Yeah, it's very subjective, and that's a cop out, but
so
it is.
I literally think John and I are the first people off this boat.
Ooh, okay.
We are the first people
that
to
makes sense.
experience bimini. Yeah. Literally no one else is here except crew, and the normal exit was closed.
Good question.
You know what? Early bird gets the worm. I don't know what the worm is in this case, but we're gonna get it. And we're on our way to the beach, but we gotta take a little shuttle there. So we shuttle in.
Where's Camps? I'm waiting. Camps. I know Camps is gonna turn up and say sexy. He is sexy. Camps is sexy. That's what he's gonna say. Where's Camps? I want to hear him say that. I don't know what sexy is, but this is not sexy. This is not sexy. Not to me, at least. Maybe this is somebody else, but this is not to me. I mean, and just to be clear, I know I've mentioned this before. I don't mind some meat on the bones, but this is just past that. This is long past the point of plus size.
If I could do this all over again, I would definitely spend more time in the water here and less time in the water in Cozumel. But we can't go back and change things. I'm just bummed that in our schedule, we don't have more time for this because the water is freaking incredible.
I will say this, but again, let me be fair. Whether I find it sexy or not, maybe somebody else does. But either way, it's doesn't mean you have to show it. If somebody else finds it sexy, why don't you leave a little something to their imagination and let them get to know you better before seeing all that sexiness that you have, if it truly is that way.
Look at it! Look at this! We are here and we are waiting to get aboard a boat.
I mean, to be fair, she's built.
And I was like,
I mean, Nirvana, to be fair, she's built a lot of body. Like if bodybuilding is about putting on mass, she would win.
I spent all the time doing my hair this morning. I was like, it's going to be so resilient. Swam in the ocean once, it's already jacked. So that tracks.
And I thought this was funny. I know I thought this picture here was really funny because I looked at this picture and I know I have to leave soon because I know Skinny's coming on at 9:30 and I wanted to go on her show for just a little bit tonight. But I thought this was interesting. And I know everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But in my opinion, every other woman in this picture is more attractive to me than Anna. Just objectively saying. Even the ones who are older than her. I think and it's not about size because there's some girls here who are kind of heavy. But I think every one of them, they just seem nicer. They seem prettier. They seem more I don't know. I just if I could pick any woman on this boat, she would be the last pick. But look at this group of women here. Like, we can look at them, go through them one by one. We got her, and her. Anna's like the least desirable one on here, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, that was loud. Coming for snacks. Hi, Stingrays. We know you got the food for us. We want that good.
And of course, here she is endangering the wildlife, because you know that if she steps on one of these stingrays, they're gonna have to put it out of its misery. She is annoying. Hey, well, you know what? Nothing wrong with having a younger admirer. You know, it's nothing wrong with looking good for your age. I mean, I'm like what? I'm in my early 40s, but I still look pretty good for my age, I think. Nothing wrong with trying to look young, looking healthy. And again, that's what bothers me is like the Target video. Anybody who hasn't seen that, go watch my replay I did with Glitter and Lasers going to Target drunk. She treats everybody else like they're a prop on her show. Like, I know that she's recording videos, but just because you're recording a video doesn't mean that you have to act like you're the star of the show 24 hours a day. Like, she just acts like she's always the star of everything, and it's like, yes, there's a time and a place for that. If you're in your element, if you're like really good at something, be that star. But if you're the newcomer, if you're the person who's learning, have a little bit of humility. And I wish I was at learn, and I want to be more like that. I know that I could learn more humility. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I just feel like that's something I try to do myself. I've tried to learn that myself.
Okay, so we just finished swimming with the stingrays.
Well, I will say, Patty, I think Anna is just. I'm not attracted to her physically either. But even if she was very physically attractive, I would not be interested in the slightest. Anna could be the prettiest girl on that boat, and I still would not be interested, because she just comes across as so abrasive and emotionally just unpleasant.
Which was really cool. Also, Bimini is gorgeous. I definitely need to come back here and spend like actual time in the Bahamas versus on a cruise ship, which I think that's what a cruise ship's really good for. Is it helps
stingrays can be dangerous.
And now I know. Bahamas. I took a little shower.
I have to go in just a minute because I wanted to go on Skinny's show when she was getting started. And this video is basically over anyway. But I will just say about stingrays, that stingrays can be dangerous because they have such a massive stinger. If they don't even have to try to hurt you. If you step on one by accident and it just throws up that stinger as a reflex, it's not like it's trying to hunt you or anything. It just, if you touch it, if you mess with it, it'll just sting you out of reflex. And that stinger is like a butcher knife. It's massive. Somebody, if you don't believe me or you're not familiar, go look up a video on YouTube. We're right on here. Go look it up of a stingray stabbing somebody. It is gruesome. It is absolutely gruesome. Yeah. Okay, let's let the video play just a little bit longer.
I'm feeling refreshed, and I'm going to get my hair braided. But here's the thing. I don't really know what I signed up for. I just was like, oh, it'd be fun to get my hair braided. But like, do I even know what that means on this ship? No. So I guess we'll find out together.
All right, everybody. I'm going to spoil it because, well, you know what? There's 1 minute left. I'm just going to let it run. There's 1 minute left.
Worth it. Y'all, we have one last dress to shoot. And I didn't want to. I was like, I'm not going to shoot this dress. And then I did it. I got up. I put the dress on. I put the makeup on. Well, kind of. Not a lot of makeup. Okay, I put some lipstick on.
I think it was a stingray.
We came down, and the place we wanted to shoot is a freaking closed. So there's no point. There's no point that I'm here doing this.
Is she trying out for like the competitive trampolining? Is that what she was trying for, the trampoline or something? I don't know. I don't even have a good joke at this point. I think she's in Sports Illustrated. She's here for the video poker. Because this is what it is here. This video poker machine. Now I'm going to say this: whether I find this woman attractive or not, I think this dress at least looks decent on her. I think this looks so much better than that bikini. I think that leaving a little bit to the imagination helps her a lot. I think this is about as good as she's going to look. And I think that she should try to dress in outfits more like this. This is much more flattering than the bikinis. The one video of her doing something she actually enjoys.
Well, guys, that's it. It's time
That's
to go
it.
home. It's time to disembark.
And I understand a cruise is like low impact entertainment. It's not something that you have to, it's not something that should be draining. But I just feel like this was such a non-event, right? Right, Empress? Shoving in a glitter laser isn't my type, but I think that dress at least looks decent on her. You know, like that's something that doesn't make her look worse, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like not everybody can be beautiful at all times, but you don't have to. But you can at least wear something that makes you look a little better, right? Have some fashion sense. Okay, everybody. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. I put a link to Skinny Queen's video, link to Skinny Queen. I'm going to be going over there to join her for just a little bit to give a few words on Chantel or whatever Skinny Queen's on tonight, just to go visit her, keep her company for just a bit. So hope to see you over there. Everybody have a wonderful, blessed night. You don't have to go over there, but you can't stay here because I'm shutting it down. But you can watch the replay. Thank you so much. Leave a like if you enjoyed the show. Click that subscribe bell if you'd like to see more of this content, and leave a comment if you're watching the replay. Lurkers, always appreciated. Chatters, always appreciated. I do have a Cash App. I'll put that up really quickly. Donations, always appreciated, never required. Here's my Cash App. If anybody is interested, I have a link over on my About section. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you all around. And if you do go on a cruise, I hope you do more than just stay in your hotel room for 3 nights, or stay in your cabin like Glitter did. Yes, good night. Let me put on the music and end it off.